24/7, 365. The fantasy season never dies. Welcome to Every Day is Draft Day. Presented by Champions Round.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the latest edition of Hot Takes and Pancakes. I'm your host, Dan Turner. Joining me today, we have a full house. We got Jeff, Joey, and Jason. So a lot of J's.
The three J's are in the building, baby.
3 J's in the house today.
Woo-hoo.
So as always, we're going to go over, go around the room. Everyone's going to say a hot take, and then the rest of us are going to react to whatever nonsense the rest of us say. So today we're going to start off a little differently. We're going to start counterclockwise and start off with Jason. So Jason, you can go first. What's your first hot take for the day?
Ooh, first hot take that I want to put on the board. How about this? How about the New York Jets to make the playoffs plus 700 as a bet?
Ooh, I love it. Love it.
Little spicy. I think Zach Wilson, a.k.a., as I've been referring to him, and I'm sure many others, as the MILF Hunter. I think he's going to have a great season this season. I like the weapons that he has around him at running back and at wide receiver. I love the boosted offensive line. I think that in the second year in the system, he has a lot to work with that he can succeed. And I think the defense is going to be much improved under Robert Saleh. That division, we can talk about Miami. Maybe they make a run. I do like Mike McDaniel a lot. The Patriots, I think, are a big down year for them. The Bills are going to be great. But I think that at plus 700, there's room for the Jets to make a playoff run here. And I can always fade against that number later on. I just think that number is way too high right now.
I'm kind of curious what the Jaguars number is.
Jaguars I actually have on here plus 450. That was one of the ones that I'm also looking at making. And I actually like that number a lot.
Wait, plus 450? And what was the Jets?
Plus 700.
700? Huh. So the Jaguars actually have more of a chance than the Jets, is what you're saying.
Well, given the division, it kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's the AFC South. I mean, I don't think any of us expect anything from the Titans this year. The Colts are they're definitely the favorites, but Matt Ryan, you never know. And they collapsed at the end of last year. And then you're with the Texans, and they're not going to the playoffs this year. So the Jaguars, I mean, they probably have the most positive momentum in the entire division.
Yeah, and Peterson, we know that he likes to produce and can produce, especially his quarterbacks. That's not a bad number, plus 700 for the Jets. And considering what they have, the talent that young talent that they have kind of coming on, and the coaching staff that's really kind of coming into their own. So, yeah, I mean, it might be tough, really tough, to earn an AFC wildcard playoff berth. And I'm not sure if the Jets are up to the task, but at plus 700, that's not a bad bet.
I would say the same thing for the Jaguars, too. Instead of to bet them to make the playoffs at plus 450, it may be better to just take their division odds straight up, because the odds of them getting a wild card is probably harder than them just going straight through the division.
Imagine the Jags hosting a playoff game.
It's possible. It's possible.
It is.
Or it's possible.
Yeah, it's definitely the weakest division in the AFC, so they definitely have a good chance of anything.
All right, who's got the next one?
Joey.
I just want to comment on that one real quick.
I knew it was coming.
No. I promise you, Jason, as much as I do want to disagree with you, I agree with you. I think the Zach Wilson drama actually won his locker room over for him. I think they look at him as a leader. 100%. But no, the offseason additions, the new coach, I think the Jets actually do have a chance to make a run. And I think people are so caught up in this old Patriots dynasty that they really do not care about the Jets, considering how much of a dumpster fire they have been. But yeah, as a Dolphins fan, it hurts me to say, but I might sprinkle that bet plus 700. So I do agree with you on that one.
All right, I got a conversion. Let's go, baby.
Yep. Okay, my hot take, and sorry to the fan base that's going to go nuts about this one, but I think Justin Herbert is the most overrated quarterback.
Oh, no.
I'm leaving the podcast.
What?
I can't.
You meant Fields, right? You meant Justin Fields? Not Herbert.
No. Justin Herbert.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not most overrated, but I don't think he's a top 5, top 10 quarterback.
Not and I say 10? This.
Oh, man, no way.
Close, but I'm saying this because, all right, you throw for 5,000 yards, but there's so many games that he actually played so bad in the fourth quarter, and they lose. And I'm one of the believers that wins are a quarterback stat, and he hasn't been able to get it done, and I really do see him going downhill after this year. And I think the hype dies down completely.
He only has statistically the best 2-year start to a career in history.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have? Herbert or Tua? And if you say Tua, I'm kicking you off the podcast. Okay.
No. That's not fair. That's so not fair because I was the one who popped the confetti cannon when Tua got drafted, and I was praying that it wasn't Herbert. So I'm gonna stick with that. You guys can't blame me for that. But yeah, we're gonna have to see because I don't think the Chargers make the playoffs again. And I think they're minus 162 make it right now. I'm fading Vegas on that one. I don't think the Chargers make the playoffs, and I think Herbert's a little overrated.
I refuse to entertain this conversation.
From a fantasy standpoint, that there's no way that could be true. I mean, because over 70% of his games in his career, he's either had 3 touchdown passes or 300 yards passing in every game that he's played, which is insane. So,
are you talking about fantasy, Joey, or are you talking about?
No, I'm not talking about.
This is talking about.
I'm talking about the full-blown 15 interception season that's never brought him a playoff win.
Well, he didn't. Yeah. If only he would have tied that game against the Raiders.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. I remember watching that.
No, it's okay. In the fourth quarter and overtime, he wasn't slinging them and keeping them in the game in every single play. He only forced 7 fourth downs. Yeah, he's a terrible fourth quarter player.
But what did he do?
Fuck out of here.
But what did he do? They couldn't even tie. They could not even tie.
That wasn't his fault. It's fucking Brandon Staley being a dumbass and calling a timeout.
Crazy. Herbert wasn't even playing for a win. He was playing for a tie, and he couldn't.
So wait. So if he's not top 10, who's above him?
Okay. I really didn't think this far.
Oh no, you can't say something with that. You got to back that up.
Okay. Let's go. All right, this is not in order.
Fine.
Mahomes,
Fine.
Josh Allen.
Fine.
Kyler Murray.
Wrong.
Taking Kyler Murray. Russell Wilson.
Okay.
You can convince me of that.
I would rather have Derek Carr under center.
No.
Wrong. Okay. Next.
Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady.
Maybe. Okay.
Wow.
What about Lamar Jackson? Is he fit?
No. I am not a Lamar Jackson fan.
Jalen Hurts? No.
Jalen Hurts could be.
How about Joe Burrow?
No.
Joe Burrow.
I would take Justin Herbert over Jalen Hurts 100 times out of 100, and I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah, okay.
No, I would. I would now, but after this season, I really think Jalen Hurts is going to take a major jump. But that was my absurdly hot, steamy take. So,
and that is definitely absurdly hot.
Yeah, it is. I love it. Let the show on fire. All right, Jeff, you got to follow that one.
Man. So I've got 2 takes in this show here, and they're all about players that you don't leave your fantasy draft without. How about that?
All right.
Okay.
What's the first one?
The first one is Will Fuller. Now, you're probably thinking, what? This is the Will Fuller who had 4 catches all of last year? Yes. He's a former first-round pick. He's only 28 years old. In drafts this year, you can get him as your wide receiver 5, your wide receiver 6. Basically, he's a dart throw at the end of your draft. Last year was a wash. Yeah, he had that foot injury, his finger injury, but now he claims that he's 100% ready to go. So does his agent. He had the year prior, he had 17.2 PPR points per game in 2020. This is, of course, with Houston and with Deshaun Watson. But over 16 yards per catch, 2.3 yards per route run. I mean, the stats are there, and there's teams that could use him right now. Baltimore, Dallas, maybe even Cleveland with the return to Watson. They all may entertain him, and he'd fit in perfectly. And right now, his ADP is super low, but if he signs, it's going to skyrocket. So, yeah, Will Fuller is the wide receiver that I'm not leaving my draft without.
I think that Will Fuller, I don't know if he's going to play this year at all. He did have finger surgery again during the offseason, which has been a little underreported, but Albert Breer said that last week. I don't know when he's going to be able to play. I do think that he's going to end up in Cleveland with Deshaun. He's always been a really productive player when he's gotten on the field. His problem is he can never get on the field. So the question is, what type of league are you in where you can just throw him to the side really quickly? Because ideally, a guy who may not play that much, maybe best ball is the best way to get him. But if he's not going to play at all this year, you can't take him at best ball, really. So I don't know what league he's the right guy to take him in.
Well, it would have to be a deeper league for sure, but one that you can just kind of stash him on your bench. I really think that he's going to sign in the next couple weeks, And
Maybe
when
like
he
a
does,
redraft league, I guess.
yeah, we'll redraft, right? And when he does, I think his ADP is going to skyrocket.
All right, who's the next guy?
Well, we can wait. We can.
Yeah.
We can.
Oh, that's your
wait.
second hot take. I thought you were going to give us both right now. All right, cool.
Second hot take. So I'll just go ahead and say that Justin Fields is going to lose his job this year. This is the last year he's starting.
One. God damn it.
This is the last year Justin Fields is starting. It's obvious that, I mean, based on the offseason moves, they didn't give him any help. Velus Jones isn't help. I don't care what anyone says. It isn't. They had an opportunity to give him help. They didn't. You know, it doesn't. They have a whole new coaching staff. Who knows if he's the kind of quarterback that they want. You know, he wasn't that good last year. Everyone wants to pretend that he was for some reason, but he just wasn't. And, you know, he doesn't have any really good weapons outside of Mooney and maybe Kmet. So I just don't see how, if the Bears tank again this season, which they probably will, how they go forward with him next year at quarterback.
Dan, can I pose a question to you?
You may, yes.
Okay. Last year, Jalen Hurts' first season with the Eagles. Just hear me out.
Okay,
I'm not going to be
all right.
We're going to have a legitimate conversation.
All right.
Compare Jalen Hurts' weapons last year to the Bears' weapons this year.
Yes.
Okay, so go for it.
Okay.
Devontae Smith versus Darnell Mooney.
Smith.
Comparable-ish. Devontae Smith, sorry. Comparable, but comparable in the range.
Like,
as a rookie,
is it? Are we comparing Darnell Mooney now to Smith as a rookie, or both as rookies?
Yes, because I'm talking about in Jalen Hurts' year last year.
Okay,
how were his comparable?
I would still
players?
take Smith, but I can agree that they're comparable. Fine. Yes.
Okay, so then you have Zach Ertz who leaves midseason, and then you have Dallas Goedert. I think that we all can agree that Goddard is much better tight end than Kmet, but Kmet, as you've said before, is a young up-and-coming guy who could have a really good season. Correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's compare the rest of the wide receivers that Jalen Hurts was working with to what the Bears have.
Yep.
So what did the Eagles have last year? So Jalen Reagor, who we all agree fucking stinks.
Yes.
And a bunch of slapdick wide receivers.
Okay.
And it's exactly what the Bears have. They have N'Keal Harry and a bunch of trash slapdick wide receivers.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm just saying, is there a chance that Justin Fields has a similar type season to what Jalen Hurts had last year?
No. And you know why? O-line.
Okay.
Chicago has a bottom tier O-line. Eagles arguably had the best O-line in the league last year.
Completely fair point. All I'm saying is I believe that Fields has an opportunity to play similarly to Jalen Hurts did last year, which would put him in a really good spot fantasy-wise. He might not be the greatest quarterback in the world, but a worthwhile fantasy target as your QB2.
But I'm not arguing he could be good for fantasy. I mean, he probably will be because he has the running, thing going on. So fantasy, he'll probably be decent to good. I'm talking about in real life football. Without improving that old line, he's not.
Jason he's putting on his defense attorney hat and trying to get reasonable doubt out of this situation.
No, but I'm saying in real life, with the O-line being as bad as it is, them not getting any weapons this past offseason, I'm just not sure that he can survive that again and survive being that bad again with a new coaching staff and the quarterback class that's coming out next year if the Bears are going to be that bad.
I'm not sure that you can cut bait after 2 years if he has a season. Let's say he had a 70% season of what Jalen Hurts had last year.
Mm-hmm.
Not even fantasy-wise, just as a quarterback. Got the Eagles to the playoffs, whatever. Obviously, we don't expect that for the Bears this year. If he has 70% the production, I don't see how you can cut bait in the first year with a new coaching staff, regardless of who's out there next year, unless you have the number one pick and you feel like, I don't know. I mean, I like Bryce Young and I like C.J. Stroud, but I don't know if any of them are a generational talent.
So you would take Fields?
I don't know what I would do right now. I don't foresee that scenario happening.
Right.
Fields
I'm just saying. I mean, it has happened before with like the Cardinals. How they took Rosen and then immediately took Murray right afterwards. So I'm saying it's possible. I'm just saying, and it's not really. I mean, it's not all on Fields either. Like they're not doing him any favors with what they've done with him. I'm just saying, as a rookie being not that great and then not getting as much help, like does that stunt his growth to the point where he won't be able to climb out of that in the pros? Is what I'm saying.
Fair
He's
enough.
definitely at a crossroads this season for sure. I think he's either going to go up or he's going to go down. And
But for fantasy wise, absolutely, I think he'll be good quarterback for fantasy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Joey, what's your take on Fields?
Well, I mean, I know, Dan, you said that you think he's going to be replaced, and then you were saying either Stroud or whatever. But who's going to replace him if he does do if he plays terrible this year? Who is replacing him? Is Peterman still the backup there? Like, who is going to be the guy to step up then? I think he's.
I don't even know who the Bears' backup is right now.
I think it's Peterman and like Trevor.
Oh, Trevor Siemian is on the team. I think he's the backup to Fields.
I think it is Simeon.
Yeah,
And Peterman. Yeah, I think they do have Peterman as well. But shoot,
Peterman.
who knows about him?
Yeah,
That's
it's Simeon Peterson. You're both right. Yeah, it's Simeon Peterson.
But yeah, I don't know. I if he doesn't prove himself this year, then obviously maybe look into drafting another QB. But that just sucks because you're wasting a first round draft pick, and you're throwing that franchise whole idea away. So I don't know. I like Justin Fields. I think he was playing so scared last year too, and he had no help around him. So we're gonna have to see.
Right, and that's part of it too. Like he looked like a rookie, and then they didn't get him anything to help him build upon being a rookie. So what's the change?
Yeah.
Like
I would like to see him somewhere else too, honestly, because I feel like they're just killing him over there.
Yeah, I mean, if he can go somewhere else and rebuild himself into then that'd be awesome. But I just don't think I don't think Chicago. I just don't see him doing it this year.
No,
I think he gets replaced next year.
I definitely agree with that one. I honestly don't think he's going to finish the season as a starter.
All right, Jason.
It's not his fault. A lot of that is the franchise's fault.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's his fault at all. I'm saying that the franchise just did him dirty and just didn't help him at all.
Yeah.
All right, Jason. What's your number 2 hot take?
All right, I guess I have a new one now. The Seattle Seahawks should trade all of their first round picks for Justin Fields.
Oh man!
Sorry, I had to get that one in there. All right, we'll go with
Touche.
this one. The Minnesota Vikings will be the most improved team in the NFL. They will win the NFC North. Kevin O'Connell will win Coach of the Year, and Kirk Cousins will lead the league in passing yards. You can bet all of those, and they're all winners.
I could totally see that. It's within the realm of possibilities and the frame of outcomes. I like that take, and it's hot. So yeah, I'm with you. I like the Vikings this year.
Vikings plus 265 to win the division. Over 8.5 wins, minus 140. Kevin O'Connell plus 2,000 to be Coach of the Year. Kirk Cousins to lead the league in passing plus 5,000. I love all of those. Give me it. And
5,000.
also,
I love the 8.5.
How
over.
about spice this up a little bit more? Justin Jefferson, Offensive Player of the Year plus 2,000.
Really?
Well, if Cousins gets MVP, he'll probably be Offensive Player of the Year, right? Wouldn't he?
The double whammy, you might as well parlay him.
Usually you don't do MVP and Offensive Player of the Year like last year. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year. And that, Rodgers won MVP last year, so he didn't even finish in the top 10 of Offensive Player of the Year.
Kevin O'Connell, Coach of the Year, too.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's why I said plus 2,000. I love that bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So are you saying, Jason, to just parlay all of those right now?
I'm morally against parlays, but yes, you should parlay all of those. Just be fucking send it to the moon, baby.
You put $20 on that. What are you coming away with?
20 million.
A Bugatti. I don't know.
A lot of
Hey man, that's
if all you know what? Screw it. We're gonna do it for Champions Round. I'm gonna put $100 on that parlay if I can find it somewhere. I'm going to Vegas Friday. I'll put $100 on it. If that wins, I will buy a Vikings colored Bugatti.
I love it.
I think you'd win a decent amount to buy everyone in this pod right now a Bugatti. So
yeah. I'm gonna get that flat purple. Ooh, it's gonna look so good on that.
The matte purple. But honestly, the one thing I can really agree with is I love the 8.5, and I don't even want to say love because it is such a hot take, but the Kirk Cousins thing is easily possible because Kirk Cousins, I think, has established himself to be a great quarterback, and I think he's here to stay. So,
and you throw in that Rams offense that's coming to Minnesota that they didn't have before with Zimmer. Woo!
Oh yeah,
it's hot.
Yeah, Jefferson, Thielen, and Osborne. And
hot.
And Smith healthy.
Wow!
Yeah,
I would like to see them add. I think one more piece to their receiver room because I'm a little concerned about Thielen's health given his age and the amount of mileage he has on him. I like KJ Osborne, but I think that they need like that fourth receiver. I don't know who it is.
Will
Fuller.
Fuller.
A guy like
Will
Fuller might be-
Fuller,
yeah,
Minnesota.
maybe, I don't know.
I was just about to say it.
You heard it
Will
here
Fuller
first.
to the Vikings.
Will Fuller to the Vikings.
You heard it. Clip this right now. You heard it.
Either that or maybe a secondary tight end because they lost Conklin. Someone to back up Herb Smith Jr. I think something like that would be a really nice piece for them to add.
Well, they're going away from their 12 personnel to more of like that 11.
Yeah, I was just more worried about it because Herb's just never healthy. Like if he goes out, I don't
true.
know what their options are there.
I mean, Julio Jones is available too.
Julio.
I mean, Julio in Minnesota, that
Yeah.
three is that's pretty nice.
Just saying, he's there.
He'll have to pick up his knee brace on his way to practice.
That's a good one though. I like that.
I like
All right,
that.
Joey,
Hottest
what's your-
take of the day right there.
Yeah, hottest take of the
Good-
day.
Have fun following that one there, Joey.
Oh,
What are you talking
Uh,
about? He had the spiciest one ever. It said Herbert wasn't top 10 quarterback.
Well, that was spicy.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was just
that
spicy.
was like nuclear spicy.
That was all flavor.
Turn the show down.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's not over yet. I still got
Oh
one.
boy, here we go.
Oh, here we
Here
go.
we go. Spare yourselves.
All right.
Gabriel Davis is going to have more receiving yards than Stephon Diggs
Oh God.
and have a better season fantasy-wise.
I love it, Gabriel Davis. I love that take. I don't think it's true at all, but I love that take.
I like Gabriel Davis, and he actually showed flashes of an elite wide receiver in the league. I think he finishes in the top 10 fantasy this year.
What?
I mean,
Wow.
he could have like 9-10 touchdowns. That's there, but as far as like a possession receiver, he's not. Diggs is that guy, and unless something happens to Diggs, and then I don't see that happening. But I mean, I love the mustard on that hot dog. I'm not sure it's gonna happen.
Yeah, the
What
top
a,
10's a
what a
stretch,
great
but
saying. I'm going to use that from now on.
Yeah,
I like the
forever
mustard on
now.
that hot
I
dog.
love the mustard on the hot dog.
You gotta clip that. For any time someone makes a good point now in any show, I'm just gonna play that.
He's
clip.
got the QB now. He's comfortable in that offense, and I don't know. Diggs is also 28 years old. It's not old, but he's getting older every year. So Gabriel Davis is going to be the guy.
I mean, last time we saw Gabriel Davis, he looked like the best wide receiver of all time. So
Hall of Fame.
maybe.
What do you have? 4 touchdowns?
So did
that one
Flipper
year?
Anderson.
200 yards, right? 4 touchdowns.
I think he's coming into that season with that mindset every game.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean he
Top 10
can get the touchdowns. He's not a possession guy. He's just not, and that's the only hole in your take.
Yeah,
But,
Diggs
like I
is the
said,
best route runner in the league, in my opinion. But
yeah, he's one of them. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he's going to have to. Gabe Davis would have to have a season like Jamar did last year, or I think Jamar only had like 80 catches or something like that, but he's breaking off these 60, 70-yard touchdowns all the time.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw, all of the, I think 3 of the 4 touchdowns against Kansas City were like over 30 yards. He's clearly capable of making plays down the field and breaking big ones. But he's going to need a lot of them to be a top 10 wide receiver this year.
I can't wait to look back at all the takes that we have on the show. And I guarantee a decent amount of them.
It's gonna be bad and it's gonna be good at the same
decent
time.
amount of them actually are going to end up hitting, and people are going to think, "Wow, these guys are gurus." Like,
We should just be betting on all of these.
Might
See
as
what
well.
happens.
You should.
Well, that's your department.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got a laundry list of shit going to Vegas.
You're probably betting something today and a no sports day.
WNBA.
No, I tried to, but the WNBA, yeah, that's a hot take. The WNBA is like the stupidest league ever for not having 10 games today for us to gamble. They put one game. It's at 9 a.m. on the West
Jason,
Coast.
did you
Ridiculous.
bet the All-Star game last night?
No, I did not. I did bet the home run derby though.
Oh yeah. Oh, you took J-Rod though.
Yeah, I took J-Rod. Didn't end great for me. It's okay.
All right.
You won. We're proud of you.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Lost it all in the All-Star game, but it's okay. We're having fun.
That's all right. We don't worry about that.
can I guess-
you
can I
want-
guess-
you
It's only
want-
money. It's only money.
Can I guess what you
Yeah,
bet on the
it's
All-Star
just
game?
paper.
Yeah. You could take. I bet 2 things.
Okay, over 7.5.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Okay, and then I'm guessing that you probably put in some sort of MVP bet.
No, it was for a player to hit a home run.
Oh, okay.
And it was
Judge?
Trey Turner.
Turner.
Sure. Okay.
And yeah, it was one of those things where I'm like, you know what? Why not?
Screw it. Yeah.
So,
I get it.
It was fun. I had fun. I had fun watching his at-bats. He hit a single. Not a home run.
It's close to a home run, right?
There you go.
But anyway, what's the next
Only 3
one?
bases away. All right. Jeb, you're up.
All right, sticking on the fantasy angle, remember I said that you don't want to leave the draft without these 2 players. First one was Will Fuller. Second one is Ramondre Stevenson. And he's someone that you can target in the middle rounds as a running back, of course, on the Patriots. He came on strong in the second half of the season. He was RB26 in PPR after week 9. And the Patriots are a run-heavy team. I think they envision Stevenson as their future pass-catching back, kind of taking over that James White role. And, he only had 14 catches last year, but he definitely has that skill set of being a good, adequate pass-catching back. Plus, he's got a good blend of speed, power, and elusiveness. He was 4th in juke rate. And he averaged 5.0 yards per touch. I mean, the guy is, if something happens to Damian Harris, he becomes an immediate pick. But in the meantime, I still think that we could see kind of 50-50 production between the two. And for your middle, late round type of guy, he's perfect. Ramondre Stevenson.
I don't hate that at all. I think Stevenson's the RB1 in New England by week 4.
Wow. Okay. I wasn't even thinking that, but I've counter hot. Yeah. I mean, I like his ability. I like his the potential that he has, and an offense that we've seen Bill Belichick decide. I like this running back versus this one. He's easy to switch, it seems, and he kind of took his lumps his rookie year, but he came on strong second half. He looks great. So yeah, I'm big on Stevenson this year, and you can get him as your last running back in smaller leagues. And deeper leagues, you just keep him on your bench and wait for him to blossom.
Yeah, I wouldn't even consider that a hot take. I think that's just a great take, honestly.
Just a good take.
Wonderful
Just
take.
a good take.
I think in
Like
that
the mustard on that hot dog.
Yeah, I think any running back with the bruiser mentality that he has.
That's the new title of the show.
Oh my God! I didn't even know that would take off.
Love the mustard on that hot dog.
Oh shucks!
I love it. I love it. That's a good one, though, Jeff. I think that, Stevenson definitely has an opportunity to be really impactful, and the price you're getting, man, it's crazy, especially if you don't do running back in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah.
All right,
if you
we
decide
got
one more for me, and then
Go for it.
All right, Tony Pollard outscored Zeke this year.
Yes.
Easy.
Yes.
Easy.
Yes.
A lot of people.
I would dunk my hot dog in that mustard.
Oh my God! I don't know, man. I still think that Zeke.
But he outscores him by at least 50 points.
Wow. I still think that Zeke is the alpha on that offense, and that everything's going to go through him. I don't see a turnover. I don't see a changing of the guard or carrying of the torch. It's still Zeke until it's not, in my opinion. As good as Pollard has shown.
He just stayed healthy.
They're going to sprinkle him in like they did last year. I just don't see that as long as Zeke is in the huddle. I mean, Pollard could have decent numbers, but
my only concern is just goal line carries. Other than that, I would take Pollard 10 times out of 10. But Zeke, they just will not go away from Zeke inside the 5-yard line. That's the biggest issue because Zeke. I mean, he could have less touches legitimately than Pollard this year, but he could score 12 touchdowns. So. That's my only issue. Otherwise, I could not be any more on board with the Pollard train.
I just think with the lack of receiving options outside of CeeDee Lamb, with Gallup being not healthy and
Whoa! How dare we disrespect my rookie of the year, Jalen Tolbert? You don't do that in this household.
Well, I'm not in your house, so it's fine. No, I like Jalen Tolbert. I mean, I saw him when we went to the Senior Bowl. He was one of the better guys there. So I'm excited to see what he can be eventually. I just don't see him being, the lock-in number 2 guy right off the bat for Dallas. The Dallas needs. So I think that Pollard's going to get a lot more, dumps out of the backfield this year. I think that he can be, number 3 probably, or if not number 2 in targets. for Dallas. Probably number 3 outside Schultz. So probably number 3. I'll put him at number 3. So I think it's possible then if he gets the target volume, I think he's going to. I think he can easily outscore Zeke by a considerable amount this year.
Love it.
All right. So with that, that'll do it for today's mustard show on hot takes and pancakes. Hopefully no one puts mustard on their pancakes because that's gross. But so what do we have going on in the future, Jason, for Champions Round?
Yeah, so Daily Dozen every single day. If you like money, you should start playing with us. $12 entry, 100 extra money in one night. You don't have to be perfect to get rich. All you got to do is get 7 or more right to make some money back. We got some 7 stakes coming up, heading to the NFL season, and we're going to debut Boost Ball Plus, our fantasy product, sometime after the Hall of Fame game, August 1st. Tons of more stuff coming. But Daily Dozen, enter every day this week to win a Mark Andrews signed jersey, and then next week, we're going to do a Patrick Mahomes giveaway if you get the most points right next week. So a lot of spicy giveaways coming up. Keep it locked in with Champions Round.
NFL season's right around the corner. I think the Hall of Fame game's like 14 days away, 15 days away. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's close. So it is close.
We also got your fantasy preview coming out.
Yes.
At beginning of August, and then my gambling preview sometime middle of August. So a lot of exciting stuff going on.
Yeah, guide for fantasy for all 32 teams for redraft. It's a big project, but it's fun to work on, so I'm excited to get that out. And also check out our new TikTok. Joey and Stefan are killing it over there. Joey correctly got the home run derby right, so you should listen to Joey because he can make you money, and we all like money here. But other than that, hopefully everyone has a great weekend. We'll talk to you later on, and have a good day.
Weekend.
Yeah,
It's
have a good
Wednesday.
weekend.
Yeah.
It's a good weekend.
All right, we'll go with that.
Weekend starts Friday in Vegas, baby.
Weekend, baby.
Mustard on that hot dog.